Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, voice you know at the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where you can count on the trusted performance of Allevo seed treatment to protect your soybean crop. I'm Joel Norwood. A calendar note to pass along, the Jackson County Regional Livestock Market having their bred cow sale tonight, December 19th at 6 p.m. JCRLM.com, your livestock authority for more information. Also there at the Jackson County Regional Livestock Market, their cull cow sale, along with their regular sale tomorrow, December 20th at 11 a.m. Again, JCRLM.com. In some positive trade news, China has secured at least 7 million tons of U.S. soybeans after multiple purchases during the past 2 weeks. Bloomberg News reporting that it puts the Asian country over halfway to meeting the 12 million ton purchase agreement it made with the Trump administration. People familiar with the deal say the total comes from purchases by Sinograin, the state company in charge of managing China's strategic grain stockpiles. The company purchased about 2 million tons in the last week alone, with buys continuing into this week. Bloomberg says that's at least 7 soybean cargoes were purchased, totaling over 400,000 tons. Officially, USDA has reported under 4 million tons of soybeans sold to China, but industry insiders say the total is likely much higher. Right now, though, prices likely will stay under pressure, even though U.S. sellers and Chinese buyers expect the target to be met. Unknown exactly when the beans will ship, and also unknown when soybean prices will come back up. The Energy Information Administration telling us that ethanol output jumped to a new record high in the last 7 days, ending December 12th. U.S. production rose to an average of 1.131 million barrels a day, what the agency said is up from 1.105 million the previous week. That eclipsed a record set 2 weeks earlier. In the Midwest, output rose to an average of 1.078 million barrels a day, up from 1.046 million the prior week. That's all the gains for the week. They all came from the Midwest. Other production areas such as the East Coast, West Coast, Rocky Mountain, and Gulf Coast were down. It's a snowy one over here at the broadcast studio. Let's check in on the weather thanks to Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Over to meteorologist Ryan Martin.
Windy and significantly colder here for the balance of your Friday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update for you. We don't really have much in the forecast other than these strong winds. We won't rule out some on-again, off-again flurries here, but even those seem to be winding down. Winds turn to the southwest late this evening into the overnight, and that should allow for temperature moderation tomorrow. Cold again on Sunday. Both days we should see some sunshine, and next week after a chilly start Monday, we warm up dramatically Tuesday through Friday with a few spits and sprinkles here and there. I'm Ryan Martin.
Online today at ohioagnet.com, the review of the Ohio soybean and corn performance trials, what 2025 showed and what some lessons are for 2026. Ohio State University's crop performance trials reinforcing just how important hybrid and variety selection will be into the 2026 season. OSU Extension specialists telling us that both soybean and corn trials across the state showed wide yield variability, driven largely by planting dates, soil types, and late season rainfall, of course. Input costs still high and commodity prices under pressure means that choosing the right genetics remains one of the most effective ways farmers can protect yield potential. In soybeans, trials were conducted at 6 locations statewide. Average yields range from the mid-60s in Sandusky County to more than 90 bushels per acre in Preble and Licking counties, with top-end yields reaching over 100 bushels. Later planting dates and drier conditions in August and September were cited as key reasons for lower yields in some northern locations. On the corn side, trials were run at 9 sites across 3 regions of the state. Yields in 2025 generally lower than recent years, ranging from just over 100 bushels per acre in parts of northwest Ohio to more than 330 bushels in Wyandotte County. Nice number. Dry conditions during pollination and grain fill, particularly later in the season, and reduced kernel number and weight in several areas were seen. Researchers say the results highlight the value of multi-location performance data to help farmers match hybrids and varieties to their specific growing conditions. You can find that full report online at ohioagnet.com. Stay tuned. We'll take a look at market numbers after this.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Before we get to the latest numbers from Chicago, let's check out what's driving commodity markets today. And here's Lice Mercantile's Ryan Metzger.
These technical indicators are, of course, the price levels in which futures find support and where futures find resistance. March 25 corn futures have the first level of support seen at $4.41.5 and the first level of resistance at $4.46.5. March 26 soybean futures have the first level of support seen at $10.58 and the first level of resistance at $10.68.5. Please visit our website at licemercantile.com to learn more about our crop insurance, grain marketing program, and brokerage services.
Thank you, Ryan. Let's take a look at market numbers from today's trade in Chicago. March corn down 1.5 to $4.43 per bushel here on Friday. May corn $4.51. That's a drop of 1.25. January soybeans priced at $10.49 per bushel, down 3.25. March beans off 2.5 to $10.59.5. In July wheat contracts falling 1.5 cents to $5.28.25. Markets brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. Livestock seeing December cattle $1.58 higher to $2.30 per hundredweight. March feeder cattle up by $3.88 to $3.38.38. A nice strong price. Hogs down as February's off 15 cents to $83.98. And milk staying steady up by about a nickel at the moment. This is the Ohio Ag Dat.